The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. I'm Brodie Long, and I will be right back with Ryan Lund right after the weather. Stay tuned.
Today, Spokane's weather is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 96, while this week will look to be very hot. Tonight will be mostly clear with the low of 63. Today, Coeur d'Alene's weather is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 95 and a low of 65. Cheney's weather is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 96 and a low of 60.
What's it mean to be free? To go to work? To go to school? Or even go to the park?
In historic proportions, we've had our freedom jeopardized.
Was it all necessary for so long?
As a business owner, I know what it's like to work with all different people with all different backgrounds.
I promise to work hard to find common ground. This is a time that we need a leader that's willing to serve the people rather than to be served.
I'm Joshua Freed, and I'm running for governor.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Ryan Lund of Klean Kata Windows. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. So you spelled Klean Kata with a K
That's right.
instead of a C. Is there a particular reason for that, or just wanted to be different?
Just to stand out, yeah.
Just to stand out? Well, it definitely does that. So how long have you guys been around?
We've been cleaning windows since 1991 when my dad started the company. He was working at Safeway during a strike, and the janitor there said, if you go down to the store and buy a mop and squeegee, you'll be eating lobster by the end of the day. He did that and quit Safeway and started the company, and it's changed a bit over the years, but here we are.
Janitors seem to have a lot of wisdom they will share with anybody.
Yeah, they sure do. They've been around.
Yeah. So did you start in the company just working under your dad, or?
Yeah, a little bit as a kid, kind of helping out. I was painting in Seattle and landed a job at where my brother was working, and really kind of learned and cut my teeth there and getting into the industry. And we decided to move back to Spokane about 5 years ago and kind of rejoin my dad's company. And he's retired since, but that's kind of the path we took. I spent about 5 years in Seattle, 5 years in Portland, and some time before that, and 5 years here now. So we're looking at about 20 years of window cleaning, and it's been a good time.
Yeah. So came back to Spokane to be with your dad. Was it just just for that, or just because you preferred being back in Spokane?
Sure. Well, I love Spokane. We grew up here, graduated from Seattle. My wife is from here. Both of our parents live here, and it's just where we wanted to live and have our kids grow up. It's just the right size of a city with good weather, and yeah, that's pretty much why we made that decision.
Yeah, we are the biggest town between Seattle and Minnesota, so that's
interesting. Yeah, I believe it.
Well, you believe it because next to us is Idaho, Montana, and then like the Dakotas. Right. So not much to see.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the business.
Sure.
You're the owner now, so I assume your dad's retired. Or?
Yeah, he retired, and I own the company. We do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, and roof cleaning, mostly on residential houses, between 1 and 3 stories. A couple of storefronts and commercial jobs pop up here and there, but what we're really dialed into is just taking care of people's houses, and we have a real high level of customer service that we go for to just really take care of people. So they, call us. Michelle answers in the office. They schedule the work. We show up and just I normally say, you kick back, find a good chair to watch me work, and you relax and watch these windows or roof get cleaned, and that's how we do it.
You ever get to do any of the places up in like 5 Mile that are overlooking everything?
Oh yeah. We do about 60 miles around Spokane and 60 miles around Coeur d'Alene. So there's a lot of waterfront, a lot of cliffs, hills, and everything. That's everything in between. So.
That's got to be a good day. You get the address or whatever. You look where it is, and you go, "Oh, I get a view while I do this one. Now I'm going to take a little extra time."
Yeah, for sure. After doing it so long, I just see the windows. We just pop up equipment, ladder angles, safety, that type of stuff. I've got an employee in a truck that I'm always kind of checking in on and making sure he's doing all right. So it's it's fun when you get to see something new when you've been doing it as long as I have. So.
Yeah, and I assume with the pandemic still going on, you guys got to wear masks while you do it now.
Yeah, we luckily can really do socially distant work when we're at houses. Usually the customer's inside, we're outside. When we are inside, we have gloves and a mask. And even then, with the reputation we have as a company, customers are usually hanging out in their living room. We're off in bedrooms, offices, downstairs, and are pretty much left alone for the most part. So that's been nice, just to not have to balance how to figure out how to do socially distant work, because it kind of lends itself to what we do.
Yeah, I presume you can just kind of separate where
Yeah.
you start to be like, hey, you're over here, other side of the house from each other.
Yeah.
Presumably, hopefully more than 6 feet.
Sure. Yeah, it's usually a bit more than that. And that really comes from just customers trusting us. And we get a lot of work from referrals that, we do good work here. They're like, these guys are great. You don't have to worry about them. We show up and do the work, and just to keep the ball rolling like that. So.
Now, were you doing the work in Spokane back a few years ago when we had those really bad windstorms? Were you?
I was, yeah.
How was that time? I'm curious about that.
It seems like we had windstorm after windstorm for a couple of years,
Yeah.
but so from a business standpoint, we just guarantee all our work, and I don't sweat the small stuff. If someone needs something touched up that a storm comes through and screws up, we're just happy to come back out and fix it.
Yeah.
I've said that thousands of times, and it just, I don't know if it's the soap we use or whatever, but they usually weather the storms pretty good. From working, we just, if it's not safe, we don't work. But doing the roof cleaning and gutter cleaning, big windstorms, we always get need to take limbs off of carports and stuff like that. We try to build in as much value to the service when we're at people's houses. So even if it's a little outside what we normally do, we just like to help people out. So if they need limbs moved off the driveway or whatever, we're just happy to help with that.
It's always good to put the little extra in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can imagine around Spokane, obviously, you do window cleaning, it's in the name, and you also do the gutters. I mean, the big weather thing in Spokane is wind. So imagine some of the gutters you get probably got a lot of pine needles in them.
Oh yeah, and it's usually the customers that don't have any trees in their yard because it just blows and hits the roof and rolls down into the gutters. I remember back to one of those windstorms, it came with just a huge mud cloud, and chain link fences were covered in mud. Everything was just filthy. And for probably 2 years, I could ask them if they had cleaned their windows since, that time, and they would say no, and you could just spot it because they were so crusty. It was took a little extra doing.
One of those, hey, I'm glad you didn't lie, because I would have been able to tell anyways.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So you guys got any specials going on with everything, or?
We always run a $20 off coupon for services over $150. Nothing specific, with the pandemic and stuff like that. During the riots and stuff, I personally offered to protests, whatever we're calling them these days. But I offered to take off the graffiti of windows in the downtown businesses. We just did one of those yesterday on a friend of mine owns a handyman business. He was installing a door for somebody, noticed there was some graffiti there, so we popped in there and took care of that. And it always feels good to just take care of the city you live in. So.
Oh yeah, hey, as long as you're not taking off the graffiti by some of the bridges, because some people do really good graffiti.
That's true. Yeah, we do try to leave the stuff that's supposed to be there.
Right. Yeah. So is there any way people can reach out to you if they need their windows, gutters, or roofs cleaned?
Oh, of course. Yeah, go into our website. It's a great place to start with good information on all of our processes and how we do the work. That's cleankatawindows.com, which is the most long, confusing URL ever, but it's 2 Ks, and windows.com. So our phone number is 509-228-8740. And from there we usually give estimates over the phone and get people scheduled within a week or so.
Nice. Well, it sounds like you guys do a lot of work and even throwing a little extra, so pretty well trusted around here.
That's and I've always kind of been proud of that, because I feel like we've earned it just by doing good work and showing people, this is how it should be done. I don't really measure us against other companies except for the good ones where I look up to. Like Dry Fly, they switched. They're make spirits and whatnot, and they switched over to making the Spokane the sanitizer. And I just thought that was so cool of a way to stay in business and keep doing a good job for people. And we kind of try to take the lead from people like that, where you just do a good job and you'll stay in business.
Yeah, do the hard work. It'll speak for itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Ryan, it's been great having you on. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that'll do it for this edition of The Pulse. Thanks for watching.
Well, this is Looms Day in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Looms Day.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Looms Day wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
Welcome to Apex Plaza, Spokane's one-stop cannabis destination. Apex Cannabis features thousands of economy, value, and luxury cannabis products. Cannagear features hemp-based CBD products, glass, goods, and gear. Stop by 1325 North Division to experience the Apex difference.
This product has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming. Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug. There may be health risk associated with the consumption of this product. For use only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.